Okay, so as you can see now, I've entered in that list of data over here, and Desmos has started to plot them. Now, the problem you're going to have is your view window isn't going to show you all of the information that you want in your graph. So we're going to set our domain and our range for the function so that we can see all of that information. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look over here, and I'm going to try and find the lowest and the highest number. So this one here is obviously the lowest for our x values, and this one here is the highest for our x values. That one actually says world though. Because that's not a country, it is something that we have in the table. Well, I have in the table. I'm going to omit that one. I don't actually need it. So we're going to look for the next highest one, which is going to be 241. Don't panic if your numbers look different to mine. From memory, I'm pretty sure some of these numbers are wrong anyway. I think I took this off a kid last year. Okay, so India's got the highest number, Korea's got the lowest. So that would indicate, as I discussed with you in class the other day, the lowest point on this graph that we care about is 0 for the x values up to 241. Now, I want my data to graph nicely, so I'm going to use 250. So if I go over here and click on this little spanner, this is going to allow me to label the axis. Now, in that column, we've got population. Nope, sorry, we've got users. So I'm going to write users. I'm going to make sure that's a capital because, you know, being reliable. And my calculations are in millions. This one is going to be population, and that is also in millions. Okay, so now I'm going to set those x values. So I've got 0 and all the way up to 250, I'm going to say I care about. If you go a little bit over, it'll give you a little bit more instead of less, so that I'll get everything in that picture. Okay, and now for our y-axis, I'm doing the same. The lowest one that we see there is 3, so I'm going to go for 0. The highest one that I can see is 1,388. So I'm going to set my view window to go from 0 all the way up to 1,388. Okay, and now I'm just going to click back to our regular picture. Now, I'm going to press save quickly before something goes wrong, because in this, something will always go wrong. Okay, so now I'm going to make this big screen, and if I wanted to take this picture now, I can see that I've cut off some of the important information. I'm just going to click down, and then I can move the screen. That way I get to see all my juicy axes. So you can see down here, I've got users all the way over here, down here. I've got this little guy out there who's like an outlier at the moment, and this is going up very high, which makes me think maybe I didn't select the right thing. This data point here looks like it might not be correct. So I'm going to go back and just evaluate my data. I do have someone that's 2. Yep, that's right. Okay, so the reason why China's all the way up here is because China is a communist country that doesn't allow people to access Facebook. They've got their own version of Facebook that they call Weibo. Okay, so I'm scrolling out just quickly so that I can see all of that information in one picture. Now, when I want to take a screenshot of that, I can go share my graph, export image. That way I've got the labels clearly shown and I've got all that information. I can keep adjusting these side values so that I can see more information, but at the moment this is fine. So first step, I'm going to right click on that, copy image, go to a Word doc that I've got for this, file, new, that one there, enter. I'm going to leave space to put in a title page, and there's my first graph that I'm going to show. Now, in my Word document, if I right click on this, I can add a caption. So figure 1, users versus population, all entries included, or including outliers. Okay. Now if I scroll down, I'll see that it's just got that little caption with it there. All right. That's my first graph.